Hi, Eric, RV Water USA here. I want to do a brief explanation video on how to put this system together. I have everything unboxed here. This is the reverse osmosis system. This can be installed underneath your sink or in the basement of your RV or motorhome. So, a couple different things here to look at. On the back side here, there is a plug. This is what goes to the product tank for your RO water. So this is the yellow line. This is going to go to your storage tank. So this yellow line goes from here, and the way that we get this out, this little plug, you push in the collars, and then you pull out the plug. Maybe pressurized, and you may get a squirt of water like I just saw. That's totally normal. And then this yellow line just pushes right into this fitting here, and that's a quick connect. If for some reason you don't want the line coming out this way and you want it coming this way or this way, we have some adapters in here where you can actually change the flow of the water to make it a little bit easier to install. So this is an elbow. If I were to put this here, I could then swivel it whichever way I need it to go. But for the most part, it's going to go straight out here. That's the only connection on the back side of this reverse osmosis system. On the front side, we have the supply line, which is red. Same thing, pull that fitting out. Just pushing up on the collar. Now here's the trick. Sometimes this is hard to do, so we've included a tool here to make this easier. If you push this tool up against here, then you can pull that out. This blue line here is going to go to your RO faucet, which is in here. Special fitting inside this bag here for the bottom of the RO faucet. The one that's included there isn't the best, so we've included a double O-ring adapter here. So this screws onto the bottom of that faucet. This screws onto the blue line. All you have to do is push it in as far as you can, and then that fitting is solid. To take this off, we push these collars in, and using the tool, pull the blue line out. So the first thing we're going to talk about is installing the supply adapter to this. So your RV should have a filter on it ahead of time, and that filter should be filtering down to about 5 microns. The idea here is we don't want to run a bunch of sediment into our booster pump. Lost my knife. Here we go. So this here is the booster pump. And inside the booster pump box is going to be a pump and a transformer. So this transformer is going to plug into your 110, and generally this is going to be running anytime that you have, let's say, your generator running, if you're boondocking, or if you're hooked up to shore power, then this will always be powered up. This here's the pump. So reverse osmosis works based on water pressure. The better pressure you have coming to this, the better job the membrane does at rejecting things like total dissolved solids, things we're concerned about like arsenic and nitrates. This will do a better job filtering them out when it has better power pumps. So the first thing we look at here is on the pressure pump itself, there is a in and an out. These lines here are just rain or dust covers. So we pull these off. From the supply adapter, which you'd get off the cold side of your kitchen sink if you're installing this underneath your sink. This would go from the supply adapter to the pump on the inlet side, for example. And then the outlet side would go from here to here. Obviously, I would shorten up these cords so it looks better, but this is how it gets plumbed in. And so if you have this in your underneath your sink, you can position the pump just like this. There is a power cord here labeled pump, and we're just going to connect this from here to here. And now the pump is wired and plumbed. So that's how you get pressurized water coming into your RO system. There's also a drain connector here. The drain connector is off this permeate pump. This tool has different ends for different size fittings. So that is a 1/4 inch fitting. And then for the drain line, we indicate that with a black hose. Now you don't necessarily need to run this to the black water on your RV because there's nothing dirty in it other than just concentrated water. So we run this to a adapter that's going to go onto the bottom side of your drain off of your kitchen sink. And this drain is going to be your normal gray water drain. This fits around that drain, and then your drain line connects to this. There's instructions in here on exactly how to install this drain saddle adapter. But the idea is this is going to go into your drain. You got to drill a hole into it, and then that goes into your gray water. For every gallon of water that you process, this will dump 1 gallon of water into the gray water, which is much better than a conventional reverse osmosis where it's dumping typically 4 to 12. So that's the drain connector. And then on the product side, we're going to do something like this. So I got a lot of extra line here. And the reason is because there's a lot of accessories that you may want to connect this to depending on how you have your RV rigged up. So if this is in your basement, like I have it in mine, then you're going to have a long line to get from your basement up to your kitchen sink. So there's extra blue line there. If you have a ice maker like we have, you'll want to run the good water to your ice maker as well. So we've included in this installation kit both a Y and a T in 3/8 inch so that you can take your one product line water, split it into two, have one feed your faucet, have an extra shutoff valve so you can control the water going to your ice maker, and then the other line goes to your ice machine. Depending on how your ice machine is wired, there could be another adapter you'd have to pick up at the hardware store to figure that out. But for the most part, everything that you need for installing this reverse osmosis system, other than a drill and maybe a screw or two, is here in the box. So if you have any questions on how to install this, we have a great technical support product hotline to call. We can also do FaceTime videos and do screen shares so that we can actually help you with installing this while you have it on site. That way we can see what you see and easily direct you to installing this product. If you have any questions on this, please reach out to us on our YouTube channel or our website. Thanks for watching. Again, Eric with RV Water USA.